Jack, moving on, man. Stephen A. And he's our guy, but Stephen A. has been out here wilding of late.
Oh my
Would you even
God.
call it that?
Yeah,
Starting off
I'm
with
not gonna use the word I want to, but yeah, go ahead.
starting off with said blacks in America can relate to Trump because of the how he's being harassed and arrested and all this kind of shit, which is wild as fuck. And then he tried to go back and correct us and tell us what he said, or what he didn't say, but everyone heard what he did say. And the shit was so outlandish that motherfucking Shitlock agreed with them. And if I'm not mistaken, didn't Stephen A just have a diss track on Whitlock like 3 months ago? Like, he got this nigga agreeing with him now, defending him, agreeing him. He was looking for a little rope and he found it. He also said, called the league office the other day, and this one, Gilly posted this, and this one hurt my soul, man. Like, he called the league office to see why Russell Westbrook wasn't suspended. And that just don't sit right with me. And he's a journalist, he needs information. That shit was just weak to me. So we're going to get to Jalen Rose in a second, because that's another friend of the program. But Jack, Stephen A. Smith of late, what's going on with our guy, man?
One, the reason why my main problem with a lot of people, and especially with Stephen A. when he say stuff like this, Matt, if you was on the corner with 10 brothers in your neighborhood, you wouldn't have said that. You wouldn't have had the balls to say black people relate to Trump. You wouldn't have said that in front of your people, in a room full of your people. You said that on TV because you're comfortable there, and that's the narrative that they want you to pay, because somebody probably told you to say that. Bro, I'm not the most intelligent person, but I told you I'm first team common sense. That's why you say these things on TV. So that's why people look at you funny and don't give you the respect. Everything that me and Matt will say on here, we'll say in any barbershop, on any corner, in front of any setting, in front of anybody, because that's how we truly feel. Nobody's telling us a certain thing. So that was the weakest thing. And on the second thing, Matt, you don't work for the league. What make you think you got the power to call and get somebody suspended? So you opening more doors to thinking now, okay, the times where you done went on TV and spoke bad about me and other players, you called and put your vote in to get people suspended. Is that what you saying? Like that's crazy that you would openly say that. And hold on, my little brother, I love you to death, but you agree with that, Perk, and you a player. You know better than that. Just imagine if you was playing and he called the league when you got into it with somebody, Serge Ibaka or somebody, and they saying that, and he called and saying, well, I think Perk needs to be suspended, taking money out your pocket and your family. That's crazy, dog. That's the weakest thing he could have ever said on TV, Matt. Back-to-back days.
We don't know what he said, or if he said that he thought they should have been suspended. I didn't see that part, but I agree. I think the Trump shit was wild and outlandish, but if I'm not mistaken, he's doing some stuff over at Fox. And I don't know if that was there or if it was on ESPN or where it was at, but that shit was weak. But the Russell Westbrook shit hurt my heart for a reason. Like, it stung because, for just a lot of different reasons. I just don't think that's something, is in the playoffs, star players, someone like Russ, who's taken so much bullshit from the media to begin with, he's out there and playing his role on that team. He went from superstar to now he's out there being the whole plugger, the dirty guy, the shit that doesn't always show up on the stat sheet. That's his roles now, and he's adapted to that role. So for him to kind of go over there and do that and make that call, that shit just didn't sit well. And again, I mean, Stephen A. is our brother. And Jack, I think that's why this era is so dope, I feel like, in media, because he used to just be able to say that and let the shit ride. And no one could say nothing to him because no one else had platforms. And again, we got a lot of love for Stephen A. Smith. We don't fuck with Whitlock, but I got a lot of love for Stephen A. I fuck with Stephen A. But sometimes he says some shit that's just like, come on, bro. You should know better than him.
I come from under the old law, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's people that I grew up with that came out of jail that I know that snitching that I ain't fucking with. He a snitch. You snitching, bro. You called the league and told it, nah, fuck that, man. You called the league and tried to get that man suspended. That was the league decision. You don't do no shit like that, bro. You don't do no shit like that. That's the weakest shit ever. I'm sorry, bro. I'm not fucking with him no more. Y'all can be your homeboy. I can't fuck with no shit like that, dog. Russ is my partner. And, I'm one of the people that's been going to bat for Russ. I didn't hang with Russ. Me and Russ never went out to eat or nothing like that. I'm standing up for Russ on some real nigga shit. That was the weakest shit he could have ever done, was call the league and ask why somebody not suspended, dog. Fuck that.
Jack, I'm not even mad at your stance because a lot of people feel the same way. A lot of
And
people
don't
feel
edit
the
my
same
shit
way.
today.
You know, Dylan was already putting red lines on this shit. Jack said, "Let this motherfucking shit roll, Dylan." I see Dylan in the back laughing, shaking his head. Dylan, let that shit roll. Goddamn, it's all the smoke.
Look
Unplugged,
like
all the
it's TJ
smoke.
Maxx.
Hey, hey! I think we let it fly. Come on, man. Like this is his
Shit,
opinion.
man. Fuck that, man. My bad, man. I had to let that out, dog. Fuck that.
Our brother Jalen Rose has something to say too. And obviously, Jay Rose is our big homie, someone who
Yep.
was in the ESPN family for a long time, 15 plus years, if I'm not mistaken. But he had a post, and I don't know who it was to. There was no names on it. You guys out there can fill in the blanks. Jack, read what he said, Jack.
Since day one, I'm so grateful that I chose to put on for my culture, ride or die versus being a media coon. It
Mm.
doesn't pay as much. I always get historic views, but living in and having my hometown on my driver's license is undefeated. Blessed. I can remember, well, when I first met him when I walked to ESPN, the first words he told me, Matt, and I remember it verbatim: "Do the job. Don't let the job do you."
Shout out to Jay Rose has always been one of the real big homies that's going to straight shoot you. He's worked for the company and done the company thing, but he's always been a nigga. Like for real, will
Yep.
always look out for y'all. So I definitely got to say that about him. We don't know who he's talking to. We not trying to talk no shit, but we could just tell. Again, this is why I feel like media's in a good space right now, man, because you don't have to live or die with any one opinion, any one person, any one network, any one platform. Like you
Mm-hmm.
could digest and see where you get in fit in. And again, Stephen A. Smith, I think he's tripping right here. But again, I still got love for him, and I respect your point of view for not. But again, like I said, it used to be his way or the highway, and it's just not that way anymore. So I love that there's other platforms and other voices that are getting out here and doing their thing. And man, that's why media is beautiful, man. Good luck to Jay Rose.
No more hood hopping. Pick a side. No more hood hopping. Fuck that. Them days over.